All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market Prep. I hope everyone's having an amazing morning. Hopefully, you guys had an incredible Monday. Good morning, Norm. How are you doing today, my friend?
Hey, good morning, brother. I'm doing great. How are you?
Doing good, man. Hectic morning.
Yeah,
But things a little bit under control now. For those on YouTube, thank you so much for your patience. I see you guys. Yeah, Jared, they wanted you this morning, man, and we want Jared. No, Jared today. What's going on? So thank you guys. That's appreciated. Showing that Jared's providing some good value. We had a little bit of emergency in my side of the family today. My daughter fell, the little one, the 6 month, 8 months now. Wow. And she got bruised up pretty bad, and there was a little blood coming out of the nose or her lip. We couldn't tell because her lip was not broken, and we took her to the doc right away. So everything is fine. She's bruised up, and she's gonna be okay. But got to take the necessary
glad to hear
precautions
that.
there.
It's
So
always it's always terrifying as a
oh,
parent.
it is, man. Your heart drops. You know, you saw I saw the blood, and
Yep,
you're like, what is happening? And everything
yep.
just drops. So she's gonna be good. She's banged up a little bit, but she'll be fine. So thank you guys. Guys, let's get to it. We're gonna skip the stuff from yesterday because I really did not watch any of the plays from yesterday. And the reason for this, it was my birthday, as you know, Norm, and some of you guys. So thank you for the wishes over on Twitter. We
Happy
appreciate
birthday,
it.
brother. It snuck up
Thank you.
on me, man.
Yeah, yeah. You know what? As you get older, you don't kind of announce it too much. It's like, yeah, you know, it's a thing.
My
But yeah,
beard's a little grayer.
exactly. Compared to the picture my wife posted, I'm like, well, you posted a picture of me looking pretty nice there. A little bit older now, but yeah. So we'll skip on that because I did not watch any of the stocks that were in play yesterday. All I did watch the overall market. I saw the drop and I saw the bounce, but didn't really play individual stocks there. So let's get to some of the stuff that we have on our list this morning. Well, actually, before we do that, let's get to the overall market pulse and kind of see what's going on there, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, man. Yesterday, it was an interesting open. It was a little bit choppy. There were some big moves going back and forth and such. We had the big drop on Friday. The Fed begins its meeting today, the FOMC specifically. Then they'll announce policy decisions with a 50 basis point rate hike anticipated tomorrow at 2 p.m., along with some tightening of their balance sheet. So we'll see if anything other than that 50 basis point hike. It will get interesting. That's for sure. Probably be interesting anyway. And then half an hour later at 2:30, you've got Jay Powell's press conference that he does every time they have a policy decision. So today, 10 o'clock, we've got job openings and quits, factory orders, and then core capital goods orders. We'll also have autos in play, EVs and such, as we are getting motor vehicle sales data. There are no set times for those. They're set that each company sporadically announces them the first couple of days of the month. So yeah,
Yeah,
really.
will definitely be fun for sure. Did the travel companies, the Airbnb reported? I know, is that today or tomorrow? I know
I
that was
believe
a
I believe Airbnb's today. I would imagine after the close would be my guess.
okay. I know it's a couple of those kind of travel companies that we're looking forward to see what happens there. Um, but either way, guys, let's get to it. Our gappers list this morning got some stuff in the green here. ASS, ASTS, WDC, BP, and a couple of other ones. CUK, which is actually the a different share class than CCL. So we'll look at CCL, see what's happening there. And then a couple of things in the red. I do not see anything overly exciting here, but HGG down 40%. That will be interesting. All right, let's get rid of our watch list for today. Control A, Control X. That removes that from there. And then let's take a look at what we have. Let's start with what's capping up. ASTS this morning. Oh, this is no good, guys. Look at the 1 minute. It's just there's nothing happening here. All right, let's head on down to WDC. This is Western Digital.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't trade very well intraday for the most part. What's going on? Because it's not earnings. Earnings was last
Yeah,
month.
they've got an investor that happens to be an activist investor that's pushing them essentially to look into. They sent them a letter asking the board for a strategic review. So it kind of a hint that they're looking to push this company to do better, be better, figure something
Hmm.
out. So that's why it's out.
I mean, it's interesting. Catalyst, they're getting a nice pop today and almost 10%. I will put them as a possible for now, and we'll see where that goes from there. 711,000. My concern with this one, guys, for the most part, the few times we had this on our list, it hasn't been great, right? So that's my only concern there. BP, this is it's an oil company, right? If I remember, I think
Yeah,
foreign as
BP.
well. Yep.
Yeah.
So they are up 5%, which is nice this morning. I don't see any other ones on it. I don't see Oxy. I don't see anything else. Is this earnings? Oh yeah, it is pre-market earnings.
Yeah.
I see it here now. What do you think, Norm? You think on a day like today, this will be worth watching, given how oil has
It
been?
could be. I'll tell you, with that Fed meeting taking place and being announced tomorrow, a lot of times we see volatility drain out of the market
Hmm.
and not have a lot in play. So we might have a hard time finding some really good stuff
Yeah.
as we get close to that rate announcement tomorrow.
Yeah, we've seen that happen plenty of times. You're right. Things just go flat for a little bit of indecision. Although we know what's happening, like you said, yeah, are we going to get a shock factor? Are we going to get something we don't like, or maybe future, possibilities of doing something else that we might not like? Might not happen right now, but we're always looking outwards. We might not like something. Who knows? We'll see how the market reacts. CUK guys, different share class than CCL. CCL for the most part quiet right now. Daily doesn't show anything too crazy at the moment. So I think we'll put it on the side for now. I don't see anything that needs to be done there, um, unless you have something known for that.
No, I don't. I
No.
don't see any great catalyst. Maybe I'm missing something. I am a little behind this morning.
Hmm.
Even
Hmm.
though Cock is the one that's on this list, CCL will trade very closely to it with more volume. So if I
Yeah.
was going to
Yeah.
pick this, I would take CCL instead myself.
Yeah. Absolutely. All right, let's get to this big one here. CHGG down 40% this morning, and I figure it's not going to look great. Daily's horrible. You're not getting great volume. For those that are asking why is this one bad, just look at the daily here. You get no volume whatsoever. Even on good days, you're barely getting 5 million shares, right? So that tells me the price action is funky. It might be spready. It just might not be a good intraday trading stock for the way we usually trade. Usually, Norm, myself, Thor, Peter, all the moderators, we trade a little bit different. This doesn't hit our criteria, right? You might have different sets of criteria you're looking for. This might be your bread and butter here, but for us, it's not. Down 40%, 2 million, Norm. What's the news?
Yeah, they had earnings last night, but their guidance was the problem. And they warned this is the, of course, online, it's textbooks and education and all that stuff.
Hmm. Hmm.
And I mean, they were booming during COVID when people were staying home and studying and stuff, and had to go to school remotely. And then, they have warned now that inflation, the economy, and lower enrollment is going to hit them moving forward. So getting squashed on that.
Okay. Um, Again, great volume. I just don't see how this is going to trade well for me today, from what I'm looking. You know what? Maybe possible. Even if that, I don't know. Let's see what's up next. Hey W. So HAYW. This one 11 down 11.4 has recovered a bit from here. Man, another one that just doesn't look great. I mean, look at this daily.
It's
There's
on a
no day in
secondary.
here. Oh, even worse, catalyst. It's just nothing to see here.
Yeah.
Since February, no day here is above 3 million shares traded. That just tells you what kind of stock that is. Here's Redbox, which has been making so much noise, either gapping up or down. What did it do yesterday? Yesterday had a nice little run here, guys. 7 to 11. Let's see here. How did that turn out?
Speaking of where red boxes can be found at your local 7-Eleven.
Absolutely. Um, I mean, it looked like it ran pretty well here. It had some good opportunities, break of the high of the day. Again, looking at it after the fact on a dead chart is always very different than live. But it seemed like it did some stuff there for possible scalping opportunities. Today we're gapping down 5.7. Now the only thing that makes this a little bit interesting is that we've been holding somewhat some of these levels, right? Yeah, we popped up a lot. You can't expect a gap down. Are you going to get this crazy volume again? Once 160 million shares traded yesterday. I mean, guys, we're going from like not moving, basically dead, to somewhat getting some kind of pulse. All right, so it's just causing some action. I just don't know what to think on here. And Norm, this is still the same catalyst, right? Nothing has changed on this.
It's memeing. It's memeing. People suspecting they're going to try to change their business up. So I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, we don't have nothing on our list. Oh, you know what? No, I'm not gonna force myself to put anything on my main list just because this thing doesn't look great. We'll put it on the possibles list. Here's Para this morning. PARA. No, it's just guys. I don't like it. I don't like it. Let's go to VRU Veru.
Had the earnings this morning on Paramount.
Paramount. Oh, this is Paramount. Okay,
Uh,
okay. Um, yeah, I don't know.
no,
No, I
no.
just don't know. VRU looks like a nice short day yesterday, guys, for falling from 13 down to 9. So pretty rough day for them. They didn't recover with the market, so it looks like they had their own little thing going there. Um, uh, uh, it's losing some levels here, so it could be interesting if we're going to lose this area that we popped up on some pretty good news here. That could be interesting. Or are we going to do what we did a few times already, right? We popped up here, we bounced. We popped up here, we bounced. So you have a nice range from what seems to be $9 to 13 that we've been kind of just flirting around with. So is that the case? That could be interesting. Pre-market is not great. That's probably not going to stay on my possibles list, but we'll put it on there just to have an eye on it. All right, that is all we have. Norm, anything you like on your end?
Still looking.
It is one of those mornings, for
I'm telling you,
sure.
man. With
It is one of
the
those
big
mornings.
big Fed announcement tomorrow, it's not surprising.
Yep. Let's get to our chat. See what if you guys have anything that might be worth watching today, but definitely slim pickings this morning. So thank you guys for the birthday wishes. Are we 28 now? I wish, man. I wish the recovery is not the same. At my age now. Sack, let's start with you. CCL. Yeah, we looked at CCL. Maybe, maybe. It's the volume is a little light at the moment. The daily looks interesting. You had a nice little base here, 1720. I just don't see this being explosive today, right? So we might have to just wait for the market open. If you have space for that one, definitely watch it. Here's AMD. I definitely was thinking of watching AMD anyway. AMD is one to watch. I love their daily right now. They're getting great volume. They're reporting. When do they report here? AMD. I know it's this week.
It's Thursday, I believe, but I could be mistaken.
Oh,
Could be
today.
Wednesday.
Actually, today after hours. What based on
Okay.
trade ideas?
All right.
Wow, so that could be good. But we're looking forward to see how that's going to play out. They've been beat up quite a bit, guys. These guys were, I think it's like 170, right? Yeah, 170 here. So they have not been doing well this entire year, and also December into January was not fun for them. Um, so yeah, let's see what happens. AMD should be interesting, I think, even going into earnings. I think tomorrow will be the day when they're really in play. And always look out for Ed with the with engine. We're not engineering the markets. Look out for Ed on his trading after hours for earnings. I'm sure AMD will be on his list today. All right, what else we have, guys? So we have AMD looks very interesting. I agree. That's on deck. Um, MU not so much. They're probably doing a sympathy play with AMD, right? Depending how AMD does. But for the most part, I don't see anything great on that right now. Brian, you're giving us HLT. No. No, 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 no. The HOT is no good. What is this? Hilton
Hilton.
Worldwide? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, with the Expedia earnings last night, some of these might have some sympathy moves or whatever. I know they talk about the overall travel business on those calls,
Yeah.
but
How did Expedia do? Did they do anything good or
HLT had earnings are on their own as well. I know there were some comments Expedia was talking about a super robust travel cycle, which we've been discussing for weeks.
I don't know what their ticker is.
Who
Expedia,
EXPE?
EXPE.
Yeah,
Here we go.
but
Yep.
it doesn't trade very well. That
No,
being said,
yeah, not see anything fun. I mean, it's just so difficult to trade that one. All right, I'm not gonna add Hilton, guys. I don't think I ever traded Hilton. It's just one of those stocks that does not trade very well for what we were looking to do. PFE this morning could be interesting. I mean, they have 603,000. I personally am not a big fan of this stock, as you guys know. Yesterday we had an interesting daily, as we spoke about. Looks like it sold off pretty nice there today. Pretty much flat at the moment. Not sure. We'll come back to it. Put it on here. PFE. We'll come back to that. Uh, RDBX, pillow and bed, Hector. Yes, I agree 100%. Let's take a look at NVIDIA, see what's happening there. Let's see what's going on with NVIDIA. Pretty similar to AMD. I'd rather watch AMD today. I think they got kind of like the better setup for as far as earnings coming up after hours and all that good stuff. So I think I'd rather watch AMD today, but Nvidia's always been a good one. You can look at that one. You can look at Apple, which actually Apple not bad. Not bad here. Apple, their volume 764,000 was in the red a few minutes ago, here in the green now. And just look at the daily candles on Apple, guys. Just it's just getting, as we mentioned before, these really wide movements on the daily, with a slight increase in volume. Not huge, just a slight, because they already get significant volume every day.
It's
Um,
it's it's a photocopy of the SPY.
oh, it is. It's doing what the spy's doing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, um, and that's the and you
Not to
know,
say you can't trade
yeah,
it as a proxy to the
right,
SPY, but it's
right.
not moving on its own. It's
Yeah, yeah.
exactly the exact same moves the SPY is doing.
So if guys, if you're looking for to trade something other than the actual spy, Apple is always a good one, especially when they don't have their own stuff going on. Which, as Nor mentioned, they do not. Nvidia, you can watch that one as well. I'm going to keep AMD, PFE. Yeah, I got PFE as a possibility. I see a lot of you guys like that one. I'm just not a big fan of the way it trades when the market opens. So we'll see. Hilton had earnings, good. Tesla, what is Tesla up to? I know they nice day yesterday. Yeah, Tesla could be again not looking great right now, but could be something. Even our main list is looking like a possibles list. It is the type of day it is, and that's okay, guys. We have some really good days in here. We don't have to force a day here. Facebook, good day yesterday. Not doing a whole lot going on. Disney and let's look at KOLD. This is ETF, right? What is this for? This is for natural
Short
gas.
nat gas,
Yeah, yeah. You could
leveraged.
yeah, careful guys. Leverage three times, I believe I saw there. So
Yeah,
just be careful with that. It can move very aggressively. There's other plays you could do that are less risky as well. But yeah, you can watch it taking a hit, a little bit of a drop here on this chart. So I won't be watching that. I usually don't watch those for day trading. Disney here, pretty quiet. I don't see anything on Disney. There's nothing going on there. Netflix, is Netflix doing anything fun? No, guys, it's pretty flat all around. So we'll stop here. Let's take a few from YouTube, and then we will hop back into what some of the stuff happening for this week. So on YouTube, as what you guys have, my friend. Let me make sure I have this thing live here. All right, so let's see here.
while you're doing that, Reza's asking. Sometimes we put stocks like AMD or Apple on our watch list. While they don't have any catalysts or gaps, could you please explain why we do that? Is it pre-market volume? No, that's on days like this when we can't find a lot that's individually in play with a catalyst. Apple and AMD a lot of times are a good Apple specifically. I
Yeah.
don't use AMD this way. Peter does sometimes, but
Mm-hmm.
Apple's a good proxy for the SPY. It'll trade almost in lockstep with the SPY, and instead of trading the SPY itself, Apple tends to have move a little bit better, in my opinion. And so I'll just use it in such a way. You could do
Yeah.
the same thing with an ETF.
Yeah, and the fun thing is that we mentioned it, guys. If you look at our earnings, right? Look at just compare the companies we had last week to the companies that are reporting this week. It's a very big difference. I mean, huge difference. Let's actually take a quick look at that. We got a couple of minutes here. I'm gonna bring our tradingterminal.com over, guys, so you can access this completely for free. So take advantage of that. Look at the names you have here for this week, right? Especially this one here. You got a lot of oil companies. You mentioned this yesterday, Norm. Uber, right? Big name, but doesn't trade very well. Starbucks, same thing there. It's a lot of companies that do not trade very well. Expedia here, they don't trade very well as far as intraday. So if you compare it to last week, look at the names of last week. You got some really good companies here that trade very well as far as intraday. PayPal, you have Apple, you had Intel, which is
Your page isn't showing the calendar.
oh, that's strange.
You're just on
Uh,
the
Oops, here we go. Oh, I had it. There's two different pages open. So here's what I'm talking about.
okay.
So I'm yes, just gonna go quickly show you back this week. Right, here's this week. Look at the names on here, as I mentioned before, right? And then you look at last week, you can see the big difference in tech. And usually tech again moves very, very well. A lot of company here that trade very, very good. PayPal, even Face, even Qualcomm yesterday, QCOM, Qualcomm, whatever you call this. This traded very well yesterday. I'm last week on their reportings. Had a nice pop, I believe. So that was well. Apple, of course. So again, just a lot of companies that trade very different than this week. So plus you have, like you said, Norm, the big animal in the room where things are just gonna be waiting around for that. So over on YouTube, we'll take just a few more. CCL, yeah, CCL is
We
their
already did
shit.
that one.
Yeah, we already did that one. I mean, they're not really in play. I know you see their partner there, CUK. We'll have to just kind of wait for this. Um, so yeah, and then we'll look at one more, and then we'll head over to announcements. HEXO. Oh, let's head to announcements right now. Let's where's no where's let's go to announcements
Hide
quickly.
that.
Hide that. Get away from that quick. Actually,
Oh,
let me
yeah.
get you back to the my hotkeys are not working on my
Mm.
stream here, so I'm doing it manual, so it's taking me a little bit. So let's go here and start you from the beginning.
All right. There we go. Onboarding every Monday night, 7 p.m. Doesn't matter your membership uh, level. You can go to that 7 p.m. every Monday with Carlos. Immediately following that's technology. Next week we've got Kyle's DAS Trader Pro Q&A, and he's going to also talk about the new version that's out. That's at 8 p.m. on Monday. Tuesday nights success webinar. Artie, that is tonight. He's going to be talking about implied volatility 8 p.m. this evening. Then next week, Thor talk about VPA Part 2 at 8 next Tuesday. Wednesday night psychology. This week you've got Dr. Kenneth Reed at 8 p.m. talking about the humble trend line. The next week, Creda, we haven't seen her in a while. She's going to be back 5 p.m. talking about how to neutralize pressure while trading. Mentorship on Thursday at 11, at 4, and at 8. Don't forget about stock trading simulator.com, our free web-based replay simulator. Go there to check it out at stocktradingsimulator.com. If you're watching on YouTube and haven't been in the room, you can give it a shot. Go to bearbulltraders.com, scroll down about halfway down the page, click test drive now. And when you fill out the info, use the promo code premarket24. It'll get you a discount off the normal rate. It's for 7 calendar days, 5 trading days in the room. And if you'd like to take advantage of all the webinars I was discussing and the recordings of the ones in the past, use the promo code SPRING50 for the half off the annual elite membership.
All right, thank you very much, Norm. Okay, guys, let's get to it here. Again, not a lot of stuff that's in play, guys, so we'll have a lot of time today to get to some questions, some comments, talk about some overall markets, and also remind you of this amazing thing that's happening on Friday, which is called Twitter Spaces. So Artie will be running that. It is a great platform, great way to be able to have a conversation about overall market topics, and we can give you the mic. So while we're there, we can give you the mic and you can ask your questions right from your phone. Just for those that are new to this, like me, if you log in from a website, you can really use the mic, right? So if we hand the mic to you, there's no way for you to talk. But if you are on your phone or any mobile device, you can't. We can give you access to the mic. You can ask your questions like if you were talking on a regular Skype call. So pretty cool. No video, just voice, which is interesting. It allows you to kind of listen in a little bit more. There's nothing on the screen kind of distracting you. So you're really focused on what the person is saying. And the best thing about it was being able to hear you guys, right? Instead of just being our voice, whoever's hosting, we get to hear your voice as well, which is a very different environment. It puts a nice little twist to it. So if you have not signed up for Twitter, please do so. And you can follow at Bearable Traders. That is the handle. So at Bearable Traders, and we'll send out Artie's as well, because probably Artie will be the one hosting it this week. So all right, cool. Let's get to our list here, guys. We don't have we don't have a lot, and we have AMD, we have Apple, and we have Tesla, and these stocks do not have their own catalyst, right? So we have them here because we know they can trade well when the market opens up. There's nothing with their own catalyst today that looks good. We went through our entire watch list, and there's nothing here that looks great. I see Robinhood's popping up here in ATER. Let's take a look at that in our gap down list. No volume right now, just barely making above 100,000. This doesn't look good. And then I saw well, it's another one that popped up here, but just ATATER was just there. And this one's looking pretty bad as well. So Again, not a whole lot to choose from, and that's okay. At the market open, it might be a day for scanners. I see a lot of you guys. I'm gonna look at Facebook because I see a lot of you guys throwing out Facebook. I see also Oxy being thrown out. Jonathan Penny over on YouTube giving me that as well. And over here, and Rico and a few others also gave me Oxy. So let's take a look at that. We'll look at Facebook again. Yeah, Facebook is not really in play. Is it something that could be very nice today? Their daily looks interesting here. Yes, absolutely. Something you can put on your list. I have tons of possibles here. And I'm sure I'm going to get more as it gets closer to the market open. And also, once their moderators list start coming up, there might be some stuff there that I might like as well. So I don't see Facebook as in play right now. Can it do something at the open? Yes, like many of these names that we have here, they can turn things around pretty quickly. But at the moment, they're just not looking great. Here's Oxy. Let's take a look at that. Uh, Oxy, yeah, you got to wait for the market open. It had a good day yesterday. Again, Oxy, sometimes you get in the pre-market, you might get some kind of activity on here. You're not seeing a whole lot of that, a lot of that going on this morning. Only 88,000, pretty quiet as far as gapping up or down. Could be one to do something. Could be one to do something. Put it on here, Oxy, for now. So make some more room here. All right, there we go. Yeah, we looked at CCL, guys. It just doesn't look good today. Again, another one that we might have to wait for the market open to see if there's anything happening here. I am not aware of any catalyst, a major catalyst for CCL. So we'll have to wait for the market open to see how that is going to turn out. Matthew, yes, I'm sorry. I meant to look at yours earlier. Hour. You did point that one out. What do you like about this one? Just curious, because I don't see anything good right now. It is up 7.3, but I'm not liking the pre-market at all, and I definitely do not like the daily. The daily's no good whatsoever. There's a 1.7 million shares flow. Yeah, this is no good. You need a whole lot more to happen here for 1.7 million shares stock. That is a very, very low flow. That is very low, guys. This won't cut it at all. There's nothing good that will happen at the moment for this stock. And I don't see anything turning around there. Uh, Okay, so levels, guys. I mean, if we do levels, let's start with AMD. We'll start there. And if we take a look at here, AMD this morning, we have a nice, beautiful range, guys, between 90, 59 down to 85. You see a lot of areas of support and resistance happening there. So that's good. Earnings coming up today, guys. So I think that's going to be fun. I think tomorrow will be probably the fun time for this one, depending how much we run after earnings or how the earnings are. Hopefully, good earnings for AMD. Um, let's take a look at yesterday. They traded very well. Looks like a nice little pop here, nice drop towards the close, and then look at the recovery after 2 o'clock here. Just insane. So AMD showing this range yesterday. Did test this 85 level we had, and then went back to test the high of that range. So that's pretty good there. Actually, I'm gonna remove the high of the pre-market. You have much better levels here. Right on here. You don't need that at the moment. Towards the bottom, I'm gonna move 87.94. That's a good one there. And then you have the main level support over at 85. Now towards the top, if we're able to break out, maybe 94.69 right on here, a little bit of support happening there, so that's good. And then towards the top there, 98.17. So looking pretty good there as far as AMD goes. Here is Apple again, doing pretty much as Norm mentioned what the SPY is doing. So if you're looking for to have something you can trade instead of the actual SPY, this is a good one. Right now, towards the bottom, I'm going to mark down 155.44. Towards the top, we're going to do 162 around here. And then we're going to see, do we have anything else? No, I think that's pretty good for right now. You got this one level here, this 160. Got a couple of days opening, closing right around that area. So that could be interesting. We'll mark that as well. And I think after that, you're pretty much set. Again, not really in play, but you know they're going to get the volume. I mean, already they have 898,000 and they don't have a catalyst, right? So someone asked Norm earlier, while we have some stocks that do not have a catalyst, um, this is it. You're going to get the volume on Apple. You're going to get some volume. And if the market does anything where it's aggressive to one side or the other, Apple's going to react very, very nicely. Um, all right, here's Tesla right now. Tesla at the moment, as far as levels, I think you're set. Highs and lows from the last 2 trading days looking pretty good. I don't think you need to add anything else. You can. It is a little quiet compared to a couple of last few days as far as pre-market activity. If you want to put the low of the pre-market, that's 898 and the high is 911. And I think that's all you need to add on Tesla. I think you're pretty much set there. And here's Oxy. Oxy, for the most part, towards the bottom. I'm going to mark down the low of the pre-market over at 57.45, right? And then towards the top, I think you're pretty much set as far as levels, highs and lows from the last two trading days. Towards the bottom here, you do have this one area here, 56.41. Again, not the best daily, but you do got some areas where you're seeing some change in direction and some bounces, which is good. All right, that's all we have, guys. That's all I have that I like right now. Our moderators are going to be throwing out their list soon. After they throw their list out, we'll check whatever we have not looked at if they have it on their list to see if it's something we can add on our list as well. So I see a couple of questions already coming up here. So let's take a look here. CFC, yes, no, 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 no. Netflix to break 200. Let's take a look. Netflix to break 200. Oh, but 200, we're at right there. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It could break it very easily. You got this 204 here. That's a great area of resistance. Even before that, you got a 201. So we'll have to see. It needs some volume for sure. I mean, Netflix is going to be pretty much active, right, in the coming weeks now because of this drop. This has changed their dynamics sharply. The key is, are they going to recover from this, or is this the new range now? So we'll have to see. We'll have to see. But yeah, I could see that. It's just the volume today, guys, is so light on Netflix, so I don't see that being a great one at the moment. Um, Carlos, can you go back on AMD and Apple real quick, please? Yes, we can. Here's AMD. So here's AMD right now. Again, what I love about AMD is you have this beautiful area of support and resistance. You got this range here just happening back and forth. I got a mid-level 87.94 there for now. Notice I'm focusing really more on the top side. I think because the way it's set up right now, you're not hitting the bottom of that range. If we do get past this level, gets past 85, then you want to start looking to the left, and you got to go pretty deep because we haven't not been down there in a while, and looks for some levels towards the bottom there below 85. Right now, I think we're set pretty good as far as these. And here's Apple, as you asked for earlier, a bigger range, but again, you can see these daily candles, man. They're really aggressive here, right? We had earnings. Was it on last week? I forget what day. I think it was when it gapped up here. And again, it's been wild for sure. So notice the increase in candles here, pretty much following what the SPY is doing. But definitely go into trade if you can find some opportunities, especially the way the overall market is trending. So sometimes things might not be in play, but if the overall market is in play, which it has been, I mean, look at these drops, guys. I mean, look at the way this thing is trading. We're moving pretty aggressively. A stock like Apple is going to follow suit, which is what you're seeing. I mean, man, this is really. I know. Norm said it was identical to Spy, but this is like identical. Like there's no difference whatsoever, at least since the 21st. Look at that. I mean, it is just exactly the, that's AMD, hold on. Here it is, exactly the same, especially from the 21st on. There's no difference whatsoever. But it's a good trader. I think they only had one catalyst on here was the other earnings. But it could be a good intraday trading stock. My watch is today. My ceiling, I'll be watching from my bed. Yes, Jack, I agree. It is not it is not great at the moment. Um, Ressa, Carlos, can you please explain what you don't like about CCL today? What makes it a no? No, it's not a no, no, no. It's definitely not no. CCL is not a no, no, no. The no, no, no today was Robinhood is a no, no, no. There were some other ones out there that are completely we should not be even bothered with. This hey W, this is a no, no, no. This is horrible, right? Yeah. So no, no, nos are safe for some really HZNP. Look at that. What is this garbage? HZMP. You're not going to put that on your list. That's a no, no, no. CCL is not that. CCL is a little better, a lot better actually than that. You can see here they got some volume, 431,000. What I don't like about it is there's no movement at the moment, right? You're up 1.7. And CCL, it trades heavy volume, guys, when it's going to be in play. Now, at the market open, that can completely change. If I don't see them having any catalyst out right now. CCL, they don't report, so I don't know what's popping them up this 1.8 this morning. So with that said, can this be a good one to look at our scanners? Absolutely. Remember, I keep watching that turbo breakup and turbo breakdown. And if a name like CCL pops up there, then I'm going to look at it because I know CCL can trade very well. But at the moment, I don't see anything great. Now, given our list now, right? I have four: AMD, Apple, Tesla, and Oxy. Can you add CCL to this list? Absolutely. But on a day like today, where there's just not a whole lot going on, I want to watch even a shorter list and have some space for stuff that I know is going to pop up when those scanners get going. Once those scanners start triggering information, I want to have some space and bandwidth to look at what's happening there and bring some stuff forward because today we probably will not trade the stuff that's on our list. It's just one of those days there, right? Hopefully that makes sense. All right, Sierra Madre is coming up with a few things. They're pretty much watching some of the stuff I have as well, but I do see they're adding WDC, which I have as a possible. Which actually, when we looked at it very early on, I thought our watches was going to be better. WDC is worth watching because as we went through the entire gap up list, entire gap down list, it did not get any better than WDC, right? So I agree with that. WDC is definitely one to watch today. They have a good catalyst. Typically, they do not trade very well, but definitely on our list this morning. We'll do levels shortly for that as well. So that is good. Kevin, my friend, how you doing? Hope you are well. Let's take a look at Lucid. Lucid, I mean, uh, this thing has really lost a lot of movement, man. Yesterday, what did it do? I didn't watch anything yesterday, but it looks like it did popped up towards the end of the day here. I just don't trust it to be a good one anymore. They are pretty much flat right now. Volume is 186. I see what you're looking at. Possible breakout here. That can definitely happen. Again, another one that if I look at my turbo breakup, turbo breakdown scanners, to break up and break down, I'll be looking for names like this one that we have traded in the past that have done well when they get the volume. And that's the key, right? We need that volume. Right now, you're not getting great volume and you're not getting great pre-market action at the moment. So as a good possibles day today for that one. Again, our list mainly full of a lot of opportunities that can possibly get better. It's not a blockbuster list by any means at the moment. Besides WDC, they got it going on right now, up 11.7, 1.3 million shares traded, so they're doing pretty decent at the moment. So that is good there. Um, all right, there we go. Okay, excellent. Baba, let's take a look at Baba. Yeah, Baba, it's interesting, but again, it's just there's not much going on. It's very similar to what we have on here, right? Yeah, Jason, that's what it is. That's what it is. Into this meeting comes out, and we've seen this happen over and over again, where people just want to see what happens. Is it going? Are we going to be surprised on something we were not expecting? You know, and the funny thing is the market has been reacting to what we already know is going to happen. Like every time somebody says, "Oh yeah, it's going to be 50 points," right? The market reacts like, dude, you know this. Why are you moving the way you're moving sometimes? Like it's so sensitive to any news that comes out. It's just insane. I never really seen something like that where we know what is expected. They told you what is expected. And every time we hear it, it's like the market overreacts a little bit. It's just weird the way that's happening. So um, I don't suspect that these guys are going to shock the market that way. I don't think that's going to happen, but anything's possible. Or you guys know when Powell talks, right? He can make a lot of things. He can make anything sound pretty bad sometimes, right? And he could be saying great news, positive things. It just comes off weird, and people just take it differently. So it will be interesting. More moderators list coming out, same as ours. Again, just WDC is the only thing that's different on our moderators lineup right now. So it kind of tells you what kind of day it is, right? So even if you're trading a different strategy today, there's not a whole lot that looks great on this list. All right, let's get to questions, guys. We got time. We got about 5, 6 minutes before we get ready for our live trading in the chat room. Any questions that we can answer? The PM action on SOUN. SOUN seems very strong. This is not a recent IPO. This thing is starting to get going here. Yeah, see that? Yeah, this is definitely in play, guys. What is this company? SOUN. Soundhound. I'm not sure what they do, but they are recent IPO, so we don't have a whole lot of information here on trade ideas just yet. But they opened up around 8 and now they're 17. So definitely audio and sound and software. similar to Spotify. Okay, so they're doing pretty well. Notice though, before the day closes, they end red. Somehow they're ending red here every time. So just be careful here. But today they're looking pretty good. Still, making new highs on every day, at least since the 29th, right? So that's good. Yeah, definitely in play, guys. Definitely in play. We'll add this on here. I'm gonna put this as not a risk. It is a risky one because there's not a whole lot of information to go by, and there's not a lot of daily information on this. But you are moving very aggressively with 3.2 million shares, and you're up 58%. So looking really really good right now. They probably have a good software that people believe in if they can hold this, right? If they can hold this this movement here, where typically IPOs don't tend to do that for the most part. I think they get the hype going, then they gap down. They actually sell down a little bit. Let's see if this is going on their fourth trading day, at least based on the information I have here. Let's see if they can end the day green today. That'd be nice. I'll get a green day in there. Guys, over on YouTube, if you haven't done so already, hit that thumbs up. It does help us out a whole lot, and we appreciate it very much. Sitting at 134 likes, we'd love to get to 200. It helps us out a ton here, guys. So thank you for that very, very much. More moderators line up here. Jared as well, looking at Baba, WDC, and Lucid, which are somewhat on our list as well. Let's see what else do we have here. We're looking pretty good. All right, guys. So a couple of things tonight. We have Artie's tonight. Make sure you sign up for that. That's our webinar for this evening at 8 p.m. Guys, remember, Artie is doing some really great stuff. Follow him on Twitter, and also make sure you're checking out our YouTube channel. He's putting in constantly a few times a week, putting out some really good information about the overall market. And it's just some great topics that he's putting out there and sharing. So, but on Twitter, he also does that as well. He puts out a lot of good information. So follow him. And if you don't have Twitter, the only reason I will push you to subscribe is because you can follow Elon Musk. You can have a blast. But no, but on a serious note, we definitely want you to join us on our share that we do every Friday now. The Spaces, sorry, I'll get the name right. It's brand new. Spaces that we do every Friday. It is a whole lot of fun. We're gonna get a set time. I think it's 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock every Friday that we're gonna do this. And we'd love to have members from our community, right? I know some members in our community do not have Twitter. I would love to have you guys come on and be able to hear your voice and kind of have a conversation. So make sure you do that. Definitely sign up. We'd love to have you guys there. We're doing it every Friday around, I think it's 3 o'clock that we'll be doing it for about an hour. So Mary's 2 o'clock. Okay, 2 o'clock. Yep. All right, a question here. When we're looking at the relative volume, RVOL, that's what that is, to put stocks on your watch list, do you set the criteria to 30 days or 60 days or what? I mean, do you decide a pre-market volume is good enough for today's trading day? We'll appreciate your thoughts on this. Yeah, so I'm not using RVOL. See, RVOL is a little tricky at times for me because when the stock is in play, I think you don't really need to look at that, right? So for example, CCL, right? CCL is one. The reason I like CCL today because I know what CCL can do. They have 461,000 shares traded. By now we've been trading since 2018, practicing since 2017, right when we did sim trading. You know how many times we looked at CCL? We know what CCL can do, right? We and in the pre-market when they're going to be nice, the volume is pretty aggressive. You have the pre-market doing a nice little range, which is starting to is trying to, but at the moment it's not doing that, right? You're not getting that 700,000, a million shares traded at the moment. So I know that for CCL. Now for another stock, like I'm trying to think of one, maybe not a Facebook. I'm trying to think of something good. Before it used to be AMD. AMD did not get this type of volume, right? That they were very light on volume on the pre-market. I'm trying to think of one. Maybe Tesla. No, that's not a good one. I'm trying to think of a company that we know it can trade. Oh, here's one. Got the perfect one. Roku. I can't compare CCL's volume, Apple's volume, AMD's volume to a Roku. It's not gonna happen. Roku can have 150,000 shares and it could be the best trader that morning, you know, because that's just the nature of the way this stock works, right? And we know that because we watched this so much. So a lot of it, memo is intuition because you've been doing not intuition. It's just experience because you've been doing this for so long, right? So you know how these stocks kind of move. And sometimes those movements change. Like we had to change our mindset on AMD. If you guys were trading us in 2018, 2019, you know that AMD, if you got, and some of you guys are new to the channel or new to trading, and you're going to laugh at this. If you got 15 cents out of AMD, you were balling, eating, eating salmon that night, fresh out of the Boston harbor. That was what AMD was, right? But now, no, now you get $2, $3 just by sneezing. I mean, it has completely changed the way it trades, right? So we know that. So we change our style of how we watch AMD. With experience, guys, you're gonna pick that up as well. If you just started out, it's not gonna happen within a month or two. A stock pigeon, Spotify is another one that we know this stock is, it can gap up or down, but it's such a spotty Spotify is a spotty trader. I mean, their volume is so light. Look at their volume here. It's extremely light, 5 million shares. And you're moving sometimes 50, $40. I mean, it's just you just by doing the math there, you could tell how spotty that price action is going to be on the daily on like a 5 minute, on like a 1 minute. You got to be very, very careful. And same thing here. This one can have very light volume and still trade very well because for the most part, they don't get great volume. So Arvor is a little tricky for me. I do not use it to set up my watch list. And that's the reason why. So all right, guys, 916. Brian and I believe probably Thor is up next. Let's go to the moderators lineup because I see Brian just sent his. As I'm resizing this, guys, over on YouTube, hit that thumbs up. We appreciate it very, very much. It helps us out a ton. And as I'm doing this, I'll take the time to thank you guys for all the birthday wishes on Twitter. I appreciate it very, very much. I had a blast yesterday. My wife was um, had the whole day planned. She was a little bit upset that I worked in the morning. Quick thing here. So my wife sends me a list at the beginning of the year. Hey, here's the PTOs I took off. Make sure you match them. Yesterday was one of them, and I forgot. So that didn't go very well. I kind of screwed up the breakfast plans. I wake up in the morning, I do my routine. I come into my office, I start setting up. She's like, "What are you doing?" I'm going live. Like, no, you're supposed to be off today. Like, no, I work today. The market is open. Then she remind me of that beautiful list. So, shout out to her for putting a great day together. We had a whole lot of fun, and yeah, don't forget to take days off, guys, when your wife tells you to. Very, very important. All right, guys, let's get to our moderators watch list here. So we have Mike watching Facebook, Oxy, and Apple. We have AMD for Thor, Spy, and WDC scanners. Yes, guys, scanners today. Do not force anything. Scanners going to be key. Be on the lookout for that. Dima is looking at Apple, AMD, and WDC. Tiffany, Apple, and WDC. Jared will be looking at AMD, Baba, Apple. Secondary list WDC, Lucid, and scanners as well. Brian, DVN, WDC. Para, Apple, and Sound is a new IPO, guys. That's again, it's got 3.5 million. It is up 50% now. That's going to be fun to watch. Peter, no IPOs, no SPACs for today. Peter's watching AMD, PFE, CHGG, and secondary list Apple and MGM. And Andrew will be trading today, guys. He'll be trading AMD, Apple, Nvidia, TQQ, Baba, and WDC. So that is the list for today, guys. Over on YouTube. Thank you guys so much. Remember, tonight is Artie. If you have not signed up, you might definitely want to check that out. He's going to be doing our success webinar this evening. Take care, guys. Stay safe, and we will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one.